free, you guys, and welcome to a new episode of Toni Approved. Unless you guys have been sleeping on a rock, you know that Beyonce has just dropped her new film on Netflix called Homecoming, and it is basically an in-depth look at her performance from Coachella of last year. I've just finished watching the documentary and oh my gosh. If you guys are wondering from my shirt, I actually was at Coachella when Beyonce performed weekend 1 last year. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description column of the videos that I posted from my Coachella experience. This was when I was raw dog starting this YouTube channel, so the video is very fuzzy and I was still kind of getting in the process of getting my films together, so please don't judge the quality. Everything that we were talking about was really good in the video, but the quality kind of sucks a little bit. I was only beginning. I just personally want to touch on a few things that really stuck out to me the most in the documentary. It's so much that stuck out to me, and I'm gonna go into even more detail on May 4th. That is my Beyhive day. If you guys don't know, I do a Beyonce video on the 4th of every single month, referencing certain things that she has done throughout her career that I feel like needs a little bit more attention, and this will definitely get revisited again, but I wanted to focus solely on the documentary right now. One thing that I can definitely say that was so cool about watching it was I feel like this is all divine for me, and this is me talking to Beyonce right now. I feel like everything, this has just been confirmation for me that God is really real and I'm really on the right path. I think it was so amazing for me personally to get the experience to actually be front row and see you live, and then to a year later be able to actually see it on TV live and edited and the way that you would like us to see it, since I didn't get to see it at home. And trust me, I was doing exactly what I would have been doing a year ago if I was watching it at the crib. By the time she got to Freedom, no, by the time she did her dance break for Looking So Crazy in Love, got me looking so, drop it, I was up on screaming like, hey, doing my little dance or whatever, just being super extra in my room. Glad nobody was here to watch. But it was just amazing. It looked good. The edits was really nice. I love how she blended in both weekends to make sure that both weekends got shine. I love the fact that she added in all of her behind the scenes footage, had a voiceover from Beyonce, and she was talking about different things that really stuck out. And as a Beyhive fan, you know, as crazy as it sounds, and only we would get this. When I say we, I mean Beyonce and other real Beyhive members. We really be needing to hear Beyonce talk to us. Like, tell us what's going on in her life, what she's struggling with, what her issues are. We love that she puts it in her music and we'll always hear it there. But sometimes you really need her to say certain things because it helps us move forward with our life. Well, I'll speak for me personally. It helps me move forward. Beyonce is such a great inspiration to me. So when I'm going through certain struggles or I'm going through new processes in my life to grow, I sometimes need to hear Beyonce talk about whatever struggle is that she's dealing with, or revisit certain struggles that she's dealt with in the past, and it helps me know that I'm not alone and I'm on the right path. One of the things that I love about the documentary is I remember being in the audience and watching it, and how proud I felt to not only be a black man in the audience watching this, but to also be an alumni for Florida A&M University. And just all of the feeling of the culture and just everything that you brought to an environment that really isn't set up for us. It's kind of like Coachella is kind of like a free-for-all as far as the environment. It's not heavily saturated in black culture, so it was really nice to be an audience member and to get that experience and to just feel our culture and our blackness just be shining through from the stage for 2 hours. And it's amazing that Beyonce was actually able to capture it on film. I could feel it when watching the documentary. It made me so proud to be black. I felt inspired and powerful, and to just be reminded of how great we are. This melanin that is in our skin makes us so great, and I could feel it coming through the documentary as if I was actually in the audience once again. I love the fact that you highlighted HBCUs and how important it is, because the HBCU experience is definitely something that no other college or individuals that go to a different college can actually truly understand. For me personally, I went to predominantly white high school, middle and high schools, so there was a conscious choice for me to go to an HBCU as my college experience, and it meant so much more because we didn't get homecomings. Honestly, the first homecoming I experienced was FAMU. The first pep rally I experienced was FAMU. I went to a couple of football games for neighborhood schools and stuff, but as far as like school-wide, going to the school, knowing and just being involved into it, I didn't get in until I was at FAMU. So I love the fact that you're shining the light on how great HBCUs are and that experience is, and how it really truly impacts. If you can go to a HBCU and are blessed enough to make it through and graduate, because there are a lot of issues that can come up that can hinder you from graduating, but if you're blessed enough to actually graduate, get in and graduate from an HBCU and experience that experience lives with you forever and it's ingrained in you. I learned so much from FAMU about loving myself, about loving the skin I'm in, and about how I can move in society and not feel less than or not feel like something's wrong with me because I'm dark skinned. They've taught us like, hey, we're great people, period. And it's society and this Western culture that will sometimes try to brainwash you and make you feel like you're less than because you're not light skinned or because you're not another race, and that is not true. And they teach us how to be sensitive about these issues when moving with other individuals. I love the fact that Beyonce went into, detail about just the real struggle that she went through, from having twins, two babies to performing at Coachella. I don't even think it was a year later. No, I don't. She had the twins in June and she performed at Coachella the following year. Yeah, so the twins weren't even one yet. So just for her to actually put in how much of a struggle that was, because she's right. Even we as fans, we don't always see the sacrifice. We see the great, and we hear you talk about it, we don't always see the sacrifice, and all you see is the finished product. We don't see the process that you went through to get that product done. And that's another reason why I say it'd be so important to us, B, that you talk to us and you let us know your struggles that you're going through, because a lot of us, your fan base, are striving to be great. And as we grow and we move to bigger things, each step that we go to is a new process. And sometimes when you're going through the process, like you were saying, you feel like giving up. You feel like you might not be able to do this. You have all that self-doubt that sometimes creep into your brain. But this is just inspiration to me to know that I can do it. I can keep going. Toni Approved will be my career. Toni Approved will make me a millionaire. Toni Approved will get me in the door at Parkwood and Tidal. I'm able to speak all of these things to existence and believe it because of my faith in God, my faith in myself and my work ability, and the fact that I know that if Beyonce's country ass can do it and make her dreams come true and make all of the visions that she see into reality, I can do it as well. Shout out to all of the backup dancers that was in pink. I missed pink because they was in the yellow on the weekend that I went to, but I love the pink outfits they had on. I love the pink Tims. B, you need to send me some pink Tims in the mail. You need to send me that whole outfit in the mail, because I like the whole jumpsuit and the pink Tims. That was a real clean look for the dudes. And then just watching the documentary, I also remember your song choices and the fact that shout out to I've Been On and I Care. Songs like those are songs you specifically chose on the set list for us, for the fans, the ones that really love you, the ones who are gonna lose their mind. I love those. I'm so thankful that you included I Care on your documentary, because that was actually I remember being in the audience when you performed I Care, and that song made me cry because it was just like, 4 is my favorite Beyonce album. I love it to death, and I Care is almost my favorite song. They switch almost every day, but today I Care is my favorite song off of 4. And I just remember you singing it and me being able to hear it live for the first time. I heard it also when she did the On the Run 2 with Jay-Z. But I heard it for the first time at Coachella, and it just made me cry because I remember all of the struggles and all of the times that I've had issues in my life or disappointments, and I've listened to that song as a way to kind of help me process through and get through it. And just to see you singing it live, it was just divine and meant to be. Once again, I love the fact that Beyonce brought out Jay-Z, Destiny's Child, and Solange. I remember when each one of them came up, because each one of them received a different reaction from me. I remember when Jay just walked on stage, when she was performing Deja Vu, it was a great moment for me because I absolutely love Deja Vu. That is one of my favorite collaborations between you and Jay-Z. So to actually see that live, and it just, it blew my mind. Seeing Destiny's Child pop up on the DVD reminded me of the first time I saw them, and I remember just looking at them and being like, wow, you guys were the very first CD I ever got. You were my introduction to music outside of Britney Spears, and just to see you live and well and performing, and just to say, God bless me to be able to see Destiny's Child live. It's just, it's mind-blowing. And then Solange was just a cherry on top, and I love watching the documentary because it made me remember why Solange was such a cherry, because I got hit with such a great cultural experience with Beyonce, got hit with Deja Vu with Jay-Z, Destiny's Child, Dream Come True. I really was about ready to go home and felt like, you know, life was fulfilled. And then, what do you know? Solange popped up on stage with her fine, beautiful ass. And she just, it was just, even though she wasn't even singing, she was just dancing, just to see her there and just to know, like, oh my God, I saw Solange. Like, it was just great. It was really great. And the bond you guys have on stage is just inspiration, because I'm the oldest of 4. I love my siblings. We have a really, really, really great bond. And I love to see your bond with Solange. It's just, it's incredible. I think the greatest moment from watching this documentary is me realizing that I'm actually in the documentary with my friend Deidre, not once, but twice. And that just, it's more, I know I sound like I'm all over the place, but me being in that documentary was just confirmation that I am on the right path and I'm where I'm supposed to be. Just for the fact that I was blessed enough to experience Coachella, and even taking it further back there, I was blessed enough to get admitted into Florida A&M University and graduate, so I was able to be an alumni of a HBCU and be at Coachella, a historic moment, and to actually have it on film. And the amazing thing about it is, I know that was not coincidence. Beyonce hand chose those picks. She talked about in the documentary how she hand picks everything for her performances, and she said several times that she specifically picked certain scenes for her fans to make sure that her fans are included and put in. So I don't know if Beyonce saw my original comments on Coachella or not, but thank you so much for choosing me to be in there, and even the slots that we were selected in. The first part that I noticed that we were in, well, the first part of my friend Deidre showed me, she's actually the one that showed me each clip that we was in, but the first clip that I actually saw was I'm in the part where Beyonce is thanking all of the women that came before her that opened the door for her to be the first black woman to headline Coachella. And that was just a great moment, because it's just, that's her history and that's a historic moment. And it shows me in the audience, and it's weird because she's actually going into performing Girls, which I remember I heard Girls for the first time my freshman year at FAMU. Shout out to my brother Danny. We were in his dorm room, and I remember I heard that song for the first time, and just, I loved the beat of it. I loved everything about it, and just to know that it's just more divineness, and it's just more evidence that God is real and this was all meant to be. The fact that I'm on her documentary when she's performing Run the World, which is off my favorite album which I heard that song for the first time at FAMU. Just, can God get no more real? And then when you look at the other clip that I'm on, we're actually in the clip of her song, of her transition between Lift Their Voice and Sing and Formation. And that was such a monumental moment for me, because we actually sing Lift Their Voice and Sing in the Ritz Voices, which is a choir here based in Jacksonville. I know you may think I'm from Texas, I'm just wearing this necklace for you. But anyways, the Lift Their Voice and Sing, I remember when you sung it, and it was just because we had actually sung that song several times during our performances. So it was just like a wow moment, like, wow, like, just watching it, it's just more confirmation, like, wow, like, all of these dots are not connecting for no reason. I know I'm on the right path. I know where I'm going. All of my dreams are gonna come true, and I pray that I'm able to live to see all of my dreams come true. And this was just, it was really great. I remember when you announced that when Netflix announced that the documentary was coming out, me and Deidre was actually together, and I remember telling her, like, you know, I feel really, really good. Beyonce got this documentary coming up, and I don't remember if it was her or I think she said it first, but she mentioned, like, wow, what if we're actually in it? And I remember for a minute, both of us kind of just sat there and took that moment in, like, wow, what if we're actually in a documentary? And I remember after I left her house, I prayed and I said, God, I've been through so much this year between losing my dad, losing my granddad, and losing a dude that I thought would be my husband. Just all of the loss and pain that I've experienced this year, I felt like that would be such a great inspiration and just a moment for me to breathe and just remember, like, you know, trouble don't last always, struggle don't last always. You know, you're on the right path, you're doing well. And God answered my prayer and allowed me to be placed in the documentary. it's just, it's amazing. I love the Lord. I love myself, and I love Beyonce, and I'm just so thankful for this experience, this documentary. Beyonce, I'm thankful for you. You are one of God's greatest gifts to earth. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You are God's gift to earth. I am so blessed that of all of the time that this earth has been created, BC and after BC, God allowed me to be born during your era of music. Like, God is just, he's amazing. He is truly amazing, and I am so thankful for this experience. I'm gonna make sure, and I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you can make sure you're in the know for everything that I have coming at you guys. I haven't got a chance to listen to the live audio yet from the show. Today was kind of crazy. I had to wait till I got home after work, after 5, to actually watch the documentary. And when I woke up, I saw on Tidal that she had released it, and I didn't want to listen to it throughout the day because I work with the mental health clientele, and I didn't want nobody messing up my vibe when I'm trying to listen to Beyonce. I would rather listen to it on its own. I actually wanted to listen to it before I did this documentary, or before I did this review, but I was so excited, I had to get these emotions out. So I'm definitely going to cover my thoughts on the live album on my May 4th video with my flashback history moment from Beyonce, and this one is going to be really great. I can give you a hint, it'll have something to do with Mother's Day. So I'm really excited about that and to talk about that. You guys, like I said, please make sure you like and subscribe, because over here we are Beyhive for life. That's just point blank and period. God bless you guys. I love you so much, and thanks for watching.